Alright guys, I wanted to make a quick video here. I'm doing the rotors and pads and the caliper on the passenger side. I'm on the driver's side now on my 2008 Pontiac G6 that I have the videos on the speakers and such. I did these about 36,000 miles ago or so. I started noticing the right caliper was hanging up again. I'd already replaced it once a few years ago. Anyway, the point of the video here is when I went to order the new calipers, the new caliper and the rotors, I kept seeing things come up. And when I talked to the parts stores, they said they said there's different types for this car, which I'd never had a problem before. I would just order them and they fit, and that was that. What it was is before the 2008, there were 3 different types of possible brakes on the front, and also a rotor size. But the 2008 and newer ones don't. So what the parts store said, and they were 3 different places, said the same thing, is, well, it's either I believe a J65, 66, or 67 is the number you got to look for, and I'll show you where that's located. So, and I didn't remember ever having to deal with that before. Well, the thing is, their information's wrong at the store. What you're going to want to ask for, if you got a 2008 or newer, 2009, I think what 10 was the last year, I believe, you're going to go with the JL9, and I'll show you where that's located in the glove box. The difference is, and you'll see if you go on some parts stores' websites and people give bad reviews, is the parts store basically is wrong, and maybe GM gave them the wrong information. I had that happen years ago on my Trailblazer, where the rotors they were saying I had were 5 lug, when actually on my Trailblazer was 6, and I had to physically show them that it was the wrong one. We basically had to go through their inventory and match it up with a truck, a GM truck. And it was just the bad information that GM, I think, had provided the parts stores with. Anyway, so yeah, before 2008, there was different size rotors, because some cars didn't come with traction control, and some cars came with a larger rotor and some didn't. That's why you needed those numbers. J65, 66, and 67, I believe, are the numbers. And after that's a JL9. It took a lot of looking to find this information out, but I did find it. So you're going to want to know that before you order them, because that's what they're going to ask you nowadays. Apparently, like I said, 2008, they somehow screwed up the information. Anyway, so I ordered them, and I'm about to do all that, and I'm not going to show you how to do it because there's other videos, and maybe I'll provide a link to the one video that is pretty informative. I think it's from A1 Auto. Yeah, so that's that. And also, you know what? Be sure to, excuse me, got a little bit of a cold. Be sure to get you're going to want to get ceramic pads and get a good mid-range rotor. I kind of got cheap on these, and as you can see, they kind of rusted out. The new rotor I got, well, one reason, see, ceramic came original on this, and there's a reason, is because the metallic ones, the brake dust gets really bad. Here's some tires I bought from the Tire Rack, Tires and Rims, and you can't really see it on this one, but over here, look how dirty that is. And this is the caliper that's hanging up. I mean, that's just the whole thing, and that's just the dust is just, yeah, it's eating into that rotor. So that's the dust that comes off, even if it's not hanging up. You don't want that. So you're going to want to get ceramic pads, spend the extra bucks, get the better mid-range rotors. These are Wagner. They got a lot of good reviews. And the cool thing about these is, you can see I didn't open it yet. They painted it. They painted this part, obviously not the actual surface area. You don't want that. They also painted here in where the ventilation here is. Let me focus here. I can. It's hard to see that, but yeah, see that? Now, how long that'll last, or how much, maybe it'll rust, I don't know. But it was literally like $2 more on each rotor to get them painted for the exact same rotor. So I went ahead and did that. Like I said, these are the mid-range rotor. Here's what I got. I got these from Rock Auto. I highly recommend Rock Auto. They're great service. Easy refund policy as long as you do it, within a month or so. I've gotten a lot of parts from them. Plus, you get these cool magnets you can put on your beer fridge like I did. Anyway, so that's that. That's all I wanted to show you. Here's the sticker I was talking about. In the G6, it's located here in your glove box. You'll see, I can focus. See there in the middle, like the second row down, JL9? That's your brake. That's the identification for what type of brakes and all the information for what's on this car. So that's what you're going to want to do. So when you call the parts store, they're, you know, maybe just tell them I need a JL9 for a Pontiac G6. They'll say what year, and they'll say it doesn't come with that, but it does, because as you can see on the sticker, that's what's on this car. So that being said, good luck. I'm looking forward to getting this crappy. Oh, another thing I ran into. So I had bought this at Advance Auto Parts. I've dealt with them for years, and you know, they take your phone number and say, hey, this is for warranty purposes. So then I call them back and say, hey, I actually went up there and I'm like, so I have this caliper I bought from you guys, and it's I need a new one. It's hanging up again, which remanufactured calipers aren't always the most reliable. But seeing that GM went to $250 for a caliper, I went with the $60 one, hoping it would last at least more than 2 years. It lasted 2 years and a month, so I guess, yeah. But anyway, so Advance is like, hey, actually, because I didn't have the receipt, I'm like, well, you guys have the warranty info. And they said, yeah, but our stuff only goes back 2 years. So they went in the computer, obviously couldn't find it. I called Advance corporate. I've had nothing but a runaround for 5 days now just to get a replacement. And they keep telling me they're going to call me back. They got to generate a ticket, so forth and so on. So it's a big hassle. Long story short, keep your receipt, even if they tell you. Now, AutoZone did say, because I asked them when I was up there for something else, they said, yeah, they do. Their computers go back a long time. But I'm not always keeping parts receipts on cheaper items like a caliper. It means $60, but it's not like I bought a $1,500 transmission or something. So that's that. Just to give you, because I actually just, I said, screw it. I went with the federated caliper, and if they give me my money back, you know, but I'm just going to tell them I'm not going there anymore. I have other parts stores I can go to. I've spent thousands of dollars there, and they're going to dick me around on a $60 caliper. They can go fuck themselves. Pardon the language, but this has been nothing but a pain in my fucking ass. Anyway, good luck if you're going to tackle this here project.